So it's been 7 weeks already since our big family trip to Disneyland Paris. We were there for 6 days and 5 nights, staying at the Sequoia Lodge for the very first time. So let's talk about all the highs and a couple of lows that we experienced during our holiday. Hey everyone, welcome to Family Magic UK. So our latest vlog series is finished. All 6 vlogs are now up on the channel. If you've not seen them all or seen any of them, then check out the link in the description below and you can watch the entire playlist. So I can't believe it's been 7 weeks since we were there. It's gone by so quick. Obviously doing the vlogs has sort of helped reminisce and relive the holiday. So now that they're over, it's kind of like Disney blues all over again. But we had an amazing time. So just for those of you who don't already know or haven't watched any of the vlogs yet, we went as a family of 8. So there was myself, Ben and the boys, Jacob and Finlay, my mum, my sister, my brother-in-law Matt, and our nephew Zach. Now this was our 3rd Disney trip together. We went last year in March and we were there for the opening of the 30th anniversary. And then our very first trip was back in November 2019, just before the pandemic. So let's get into all the highs and the lows then of the trip. And we're gonna start with Sequoia Lodge. Now this was the first time we'd stayed at this hotel and we had mixed reviews and heard mixed comments, negative and positive. So we were really hoping that our experience in this hotel was going to be better than Newport Bay, which is where we stayed last year. And although it wasn't terrible, we had very high expectations of Newport Bay and it was just underwhelming and didn't live up to what we envisioned in our heads. But that's not to say that Newport Bay isn't a nice hotel, and it might be a hotel that you prefer. It just wasn't for us, and we really were hoping that Sequoia Lodge was going to be a lot better experience and be how we envisioned the hotel to be based on pictures and the description of the hotel, and because of the positive views that we had read. So let's talk about Sequoia Lodge. Sequoia Lodge was probably one of our biggest highs from the trip. We were so relieved to find that our rooms and the experience overall staying there did not mirror the negative reviews we had read online just days before. Our rooms weren't too far from the facilities and they were clean and cozy and didn't have damp or a musty smell. We were impressed with the decor, although it is brown, which might not be to other people's taste. It did have that foresty wilderness feel, which is what we were hoping for. We managed to get adjoining rooms as well, which was great for us as a family, especially for Jacob, as he likes his own space, away from the noisy boys. And so we can all help getting the boys sorted at night and in the morning too. The character meets were in the evening and we managed to catch Goofy, which was so much fun. The hotel character meets are sometimes better as the queue, it's much less than what it would be in the parks. And they'll often wear outfits that's specific to that hotel too. So you won't see them in those outfits anywhere else. There's 2 restaurants as well and a lovely bar that also serves food. We would definitely stay there again. Remember and hit that subscribe button below because there will be a video coming soon all about our experience staying at Sequoia Lodge in much more detail. Dream big and shine brighter. Of course, this was a highlight. We watched the parade on our first day and we got a great view of the dancing and the performing that they do in front of the castle. We saw the parade loads other times as well throughout the holiday. But This was probably the best spot we got, and we saw it from start to finish. This is a must-see. It comes with fab characters, great music, dancing, amazing interactions with characters, and the cast members are also fantastic. So it does end on the 30th of September. So if you've got a trip booked during the time between now and then, please make the time, get a good spot and watch this parade. I guarantee you will love it. If you've not seen it already, or even if you have and you want to see it again, watch it again. It's just so good. We just love it. Oh, it's going to be so sad when this is finished. On the Monday, which was our second day of the trip, Jacob turned 8. Being there in Disney was the perfect way to celebrate because he doesn't like parties and opening presents. He likes the cake and the balloons. So to be doing the rides that he wanted to do and eat the treats that he wanted to eat was ideal for him. He did have on It's My Birthday badge, and every single cast member or character that spotted it wished him happy birthday, which was so lovely for me and Daddy, because although Jacob didn't understand why he was getting the attention, we appreciated it. It was a little gesture that meant a lot to us, so a big shout out and thank you to the cast members at Disneyland Paris. Avengers Campus! Oh my god, this is one of, maybe even the best areas to be in right now at Disneyland Paris. It was the rest of the family's first visit and they had the best day. We met so many characters and had amazing interactions with them too. Matt, my brother-in-law, had been spotted by Black Panther while he was on the roof of the web shop, and he gestured to Matt to wait and that he would be down. Matt was wearing a Black Panther jumper and a baseball jacket, which is what caught the Black Panther's eye. We had no idea he would make his way down to speak to him. It was amazing. Matt will never forget that. And luckily, I got it on video. I was wearing a Loki jumper and Loki ears, and loads of the cast members and even a couple of the characters told me that he was about and asked if I'd seen him, which I didn't. And then a cast member came up to me outside and told us to come back around 4:30. And I finally met him. He spotted me right away. And then after his show with Thor, he took photos with me and my mum. Considering we didn't do a lot of rides that day, it was one of the best days we have had at Disneyland Paris. One of the many unique things about Disney parks is you can meet and greet your favourite Disney characters. And oh boy, did we have some memorable character meets. Peter and Wendy, for a start, were fab. They were so warm and friendly to the boys. Peter talked about how he'd found his shadow, and Wendy noticed that Jacob might need some support with taking a photo, so she asked Finn if he would help her. Jacob usually likes to observe and just be near the characters. It's very rare he'll willingly go to them. But we were so surprised by how he responded to Stitch. He's a character that Jacob's not very familiar with as well. But he gave him a high five. He went in for a hug. Oh, but when he ran and gave Phantom Manor Mickey a hug with open arms, oh my God, I nearly cried. Because he never does that. That was a huge moment for us. And then the interaction he had with King Louis too. Again, another character he isn't familiar with. We saw him and Blue together. Jacob was like really curious of him. He was touching his mouth and his hands and arms. And he even pulled at his mouth, which was handled really well by the cast members and King Louis himself. Yeah, definitely we got some great memories from our character meets this trip. Oh, the drones. So the Avengers Night Show, which is the new nighttime event at Walt Disney Studios Park that has projections and some fireworks and drones, launched in January earlier this year and is only on during limited periods throughout the year. But unfortunately, due to the heavy winds that we got towards the second half of our trip, the drones weren't able to perform, which was annoying. But I mean, we still enjoyed the show. You know, the projections and the music were fantastic, and you know, the fireworks. We just obviously didn't see it in its full glory with the drones. And it even happened the following night too with the D-Light pre-show, which is before the fireworks in the Disneyland Park. So something I think people should be aware of, you know, the bad weather does have an effect on the drones performing. We did notice during this trip that it was definitely busier than March last year. Now, it's most likely due to all the COVID restrictions and anything to do with COVID now, hopefully behind us, and people are just getting back to going on trips and holidays as normal. But even, you know, on the Monday and the Tuesday, it was noticeably busier, and they're usually less busier than the rest of the week. Possibly a sign that things are back to normal, and clearly the crowd levels are back to where they were pre-pandemic. When entering the actual parks, the current operation I think needs to be re-looked at. I understand they have to separate the different types of tickets entering, but at times it was a bit of a hassle, especially when there's no queuing etiquette and everyone is pushing through to show the cast member what ticket they have, and then you line up again to go through scanning your ticket at the main gates. For me, Ben and the boys, we had to show our magic passes first before we could use our annual pass to enter, to prove that we were in fact staying on site. It's a shame because if you include the security check, that means you have to line up 3 times to get into either Disneyland Park or Walt Disney Studios Park, and I just feel that's a bit much. Yeah, overall, the holiday was magical and we can't wait to go back. So if you watched any of the videos from the series, huge thank you from us. We definitely noticed that we were getting more views with this one. I think our content's getting better and there is more to come. We've got some in-depth videos to come of like the Sequoia Lodge and other things that might be helpful to you when booking your trip, or just so you can have a bit of a nosy. And we've got several trips planned as well, which we will be announcing very soon. So yeah, thanks again for watching. Please hit that subscribe button and have a magical day.